Yumiko, can you tell me about Ascension, please? What exactly is it?
From my point of view, there are so many different levels of ascension happening in the human world, in the nature, in the spiritual world, and in the universe, in the other planets. They're all different phenomena. On the planet level, that physical change that could happen is a change of third dimension. And it's not about going to fifth dimension. It is similar to fifth dimension, but third dimension itself is evolving.
What do you mean by that?
For example, we are now in third dimension, and there is beginning and end. And in fourth dimension, there is still boundaries. But fifth dimension, which is beyond fourth dimension. And the definition of fifth dimension is so diverse. But I can briefly talk about what I understand.
Yes, please.
Fifth dimension. The current fifth dimension is there is no time and space, which means there's no boundary around time and space, which is really confusing. So everybody believes who are interested in ascension, everybody believes that we are going into that fifth dimension where there's no boundary of time and space. That's why many people kind of think if we go into fifth dimension, there's no death. But there are so many different aspects of this fifth dimension. And when we going to go into ascension, we are not going into the fifth dimension, but the fifth dimension itself is evolving.
So are we evolving together with the fifth dimension, or where are we evolving to?
So the universe and we are evolving together. So there's nothing to evolve into.
Right.
We are evolving together. So many people believe that we are going into the fifth dimension, but fifth dimension already exists. Not in this world, but in the other dimension it exists. And that fifth dimension itself is evolving. So, but the quality of fifth dimension will be something we can understand that would happen in the ascension. So one of the aspects we are evolving together into is beyond time and space in the third dimension as it is in fifth dimension now. So it's not we don't die, but it is more like we dip in past and present and future at the same time. So there is death, and there is birth, and there is previous lives, and there is a future, all mixed up to just become our reality of this present moment. So when evolving into fifth dimension happens, we start to change the past and the future at the same time by dipping it all together. It's a really confusing concept, but it becomes really real as it moves on, and it's already starting.
Are you saying that we're, as a human race, in the third dimension, we're progressing towards a space or a way that we would have more knowledge of past and future in our present moment?
So the confusing point is the reality and the knowledge also evolves in fifth dimension because there's no boundaries. So when we go into this fifth dimensional consciousness, we no longer worry about past, future, present. It becomes, in a way, merged, but at the same time clearly separated. So it's all the paradox becomes really reasonable in fifth dimension. And the how we become reasonable, and how we enjoy, or how we feel comfortable in fifth dimension, is that we achieve the awakening to just base our being at the level which is beyond this dimension.
What do you mean by that?
We awaken to our essence, which is beyond the dimension. Like essence is more like spirit, spiritual identity. Like I don't know if you believe in incarnation, but we have previous lives, and we have other lives maybe, and we have so many different aspects in a spiritual way. It's all spiritual reality. So this presence, we are living this life, but in a spiritual consciousness, we have so many different lives and so many different reality. So if you achieve this spiritual awareness, all these becomes really natural and normal. So we don't get confused about our reality. We can see things beyond this boundary of third dimension. Like if you are spiritually aware, you can see everything from that spiritual point, where previous life, present life, future life, it's all the purpose of all these life is a spiritual purpose. So the spiritual purpose stays the same. So the spiritual awareness encompasses all these realities. So you don't get confused anymore. So when you are spiritually awakened, you become really still. Whatever happens, it all makes sense. And you can enjoy all the moment. You can enjoy all the challenges. You can enjoy everything because you feel everything happens because you want it. So everything makes sense with the spiritual awareness.
And is that where you think the world, this planet, human race, is heading towards when people say ascension?
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is having spiritual awareness help you because it wouldn't help you to just not to confuse with the situation. If you're spiritually aware, whatever happens to your reality, you can feel secure, you can feel still in a way, you can feel yourself, you don't get confused, you can make sense of things because everything is happening from this spiritual point of view. It always makes sense. Like living as a person, you have all these problems in your life and you wonder why this is happening. I never wanted this. But from the spiritual point of view, we want everything. It all makes sense. And everything is perfect. And you become so happy and grateful from the spiritual point of view because you can see why all this is happening. And you can receive from everything. You can receive from all the challenges, all the hardship, all the situation. You can receive and be grateful always. So you can attain your spiritual purpose will be always fulfilled with the spiritual awareness. So what I'm trying to say is to become spiritually aware or to be awakened spiritually, whatever happened to your reality, you'll be fine. And the reality which we are moving into, the ascension, it will be really different reality, but we feel so happy when you are spiritually awakened Because no matter what happens, you can integrate that experience into your life. So you will have those questions and worries, what will happen after ascension, because you are not seeing things from this spiritual point of view.
Right.
But when you are spiritually awakened, you're not scared anymore, you're not worried anymore. You just get excited, and you can see your purpose in everything. And that's part of why I was explaining that spiritual awareness is important. Is when you become spiritually aware, ascension, what is happening in ascension looks very different. So, but when you are not awakened, or when you are not seeing things from this spiritual awareness, you have those worries and fears and what will happen, and you want to define everything.
Regarding ascension, why is it happening now? I mean, why not 100 years ago?
It's actually happening from the beginning of this universe.
Right.
It becomes only noticeable when this planet is born. Any universe has a kind of span, lifespan sort of, because it keeps evolving. Once it's born, it keeps evolving into something. And this planet is born to just accelerate the process of ascension to this universe. And this planet is a really special planet.
Planet Earth.
Planet Earth is very special because that's my knowledge, and you can have different ideas. But what I have seen and what I believe, all the existence, all the human being on this planet came from the other planets, what we call star seeds. This planet is made to help this universe to go into the evolution, ascension, and everybody gathered onto this planet to just share and decide and create the direction of this evolution, coming from all sorts of planets, all sorts of galaxies, to just plan or create where our universe is going towards. So this movement happens as we start to become aware that we are star seeds. Because once we come to this planet, I think we all remembered in the beginning that we came from the other planet. But we start to forget, and we become resident of this planet. We believe we are born in this earth. We are from this planet. This is our home. So we forget about our origin, spiritual origin, in the other planet. But now, as the ascension moves on, as the spirit or the soul of this planet is evolving, it allows us to become free to create new dimension or new reality. So then we start to remember why we are here. We start to remember that we actually are from the other planet, because it explains our pain, it explains our passion, because some of our passion, some of our life purpose are unexplainable if we are not from the other planet. But once we remember that we are actually from different planet, everything makes sense. And we become confident about our purpose. So that's something which is starting to happen about 150 years ago. And it became more obvious in recent years that more and more people start to be awakened as a star seeds. And many more aliens and UFOs are coming to this Earth, planet Earth, to help us to move on with that great plan. So there are different phases of ascension and different phases of awakening to star seeds.
Why is it that this planet Earth is a driving force behind ascension when you look at it, most people would imagine there's way more advanced planets in the universe than Earth. So why Earth, where there's all wars, horror, terror, all this stuff? Why a planet like this to be a driving force behind ascension? Surely another planet with a more advanced society would be better.
This planet is born purely for the ascension. So when this planet is born, it's just born where there's nothing. All the planets which exist in the universe are born in relationship to each other. When this planet is born, it's born because of all the other planets in this universe. All the planets are born like that. But this specific planet, when it's born, it just resonates with everybody's soul. Everybody, I mean star seeds, on the other planet. When this planet is born, it immediately attracted all these souls all over the universe to come to be on this planet. Which means this planet not only exists as one soul planet, but it exists as a representation of this universe. So it's a very special planet. So it is a challenge for this planet to have so many different people coming from all over the universe, from all different dimensions. Some of the star seeds who started to be on this planet were coming from higher dimensions, like 5th, 12th, 14th, 81. So even though we are evolving as people believe ascension is going to, many of us are already coming from the higher dimension. So it explains that the dimension we are evolving into is not the normal, like what already exists, 5th dimension, but it's a different, really special, different higher dimension. And that dimension is actually kind of the merging point of the universe. This planet is merging point of the universe. That's why so many UFOs and aliens are coming to support these star seeds on the planet who came here to initiate the ascension, the evolution of this whole universe. So it is happening from this planet. And the interesting fact is, because this planet, the people are on this planet are star seeds from all different planets, all different systems. We are living together on this planet, and naturally it causes a lot of problem because we are all so different. And what we are trying to achieve is a harmony amongst all these different beings. The more we are awakened as a starseed, the more we become aware of our differences. We become more identified with our unique purpose. We become more and more different to each other. And what we are going to achieve in that awakening, we become more and more harmonious. The more we become unique, it would be difficult to explain or communicate what we think or what we intend. But it doesn't matter, because the level we are going to connect it to each other is love and harmony, which starts from this planet and spread all over the universe to create the oneness in this whole universe. And when this special oneness is shared in this whole universe, something amazing will happen. Like we go beyond, we go into the different phase of existence, all together with one universe. And that's what is ascension. It is not only going towards higher dimension, which already we were in the other planet. It's not about that. We are creating different reality in this universe. We are changing the whole universe into different way of being, which is shared. And in this shared state, we don't become one. We become one in a way, but when we become this one, when we go into this phase of oneness, we become again really unique to each other. I don't know what will happen, but the concept of love and concept of individualities will be different. So it become something never existed before. And when this happens, from person's point of view, from human point of view, the level of happiness become multiplied. It's just like a big bang of joy. So everything starts to have deeper meaning. It's basically love, but the love multiplies. And the destiny multiplies into eternity. Eternity means ultimate harmony in this universe. So something wonderful will happen. There are many things will happen, but that's what I see as a vision of where we are going in ascension.
One or two of the things that you just said raised a question or two. You mentioned many different dimensions. You even said something like 81st or something, 84th or something. I always thought there were just 7 dimensions.
Oh, no, there's so many.
Oh, okay.
Like, so in this world, I met somebody who came from 144th dimension, but it doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. It's just different dimensions. And those numbers, we defined it as a human. It's only possible to give numbers in this 3rd dimension, because in the further dimension, the numbering doesn't exist. But it's just different.
Okay.
It's just so different.
But the separation between higher dimensions, for example, like as you said, 84th and 144th, is it also like the difference between, let's say, what you explained before, 3rd, 4th and 5th? That seems to be a huge difference because of the lack of time, you know, and things like that. It seems to be like major jumps. But is it also such major jumps between these higher dimensions too?
You know, until this planet is born, we didn't communicate beyond dimensions. The birth of this planet allowed us to communicate.
How do you mean?
Like all the starseeds from different dimensions gathered in this one planet. This is the starting point of connecting all different dimensions. Before, there's no connection. So there are so many different dimensions, but there's no way for us to meet each one of us.
Right. So
it's only from this planet started to exist, we started to become aware that there are other dimensions. So it's similar to the spiritual world. In the spiritual world also there are dimensions. And all the spiritual, these different layers of spirits can't see each other. Only the angel goes through these levels with a harrowing on their head because they can move around. So this planet for this universe is a point where all these dimensions meet, and acknowledge there are actually other dimensions, there are actually other beings in this universe. Before, they didn't know. So this is a really starting point of the integration of this universe.
And that's because from the birth of this planet, all beings were attracted to this planet from all different dimensions, which means now we have a chance to understand, recognize other dimensions because they are here with us.
Yeah. Because when we came to this planet, there are different phases of evolution. When we came to this planet, they came as the higher dimensional beings, and they can't meet. So gradually, they started to form this third dimensional body because their soul resonate to this planet. They almost want to become a human on this planet. Then their dimension becomes third. They lose all the attribute they had when they were in the higher dimensional beings. And all these attributes kind of transform into something else that third dimensional person can have.
Right.
So it created our unique attributes to each one of us. And it didn't make sense to start because it was not useful for third dimension. But we came to this planet to live who we really are, which is a great challenge because we never did in this third dimensional world, and we still have those gifts from the higher dimension, and that's only becoming present recently because of the ascension of this planet. It allows us to express those attributes in a different way, which is effective in this third dimension. But all of the ability we have, we are not only using on this planet, but we are also using towards the universe, because we are like a leader of the ascension. We help our we hope our home planet to evolve together. So we use our gift to just help other planet to evolve together and creating the whole big community of evolution, which started from this one planet. We are kind of spreading the miracle into the other planet and other part of the universe gradually.
Right.
That's what we do as a light work, but also we do it naturally as live our life. When we awaken as a starseed, we start to use those gifts, which we never thought. I mean, we forget about it because it's not usable in the third dimensional world. But now it is becoming more and more useful. And when this happens, we finally feel alive. That's why awakening of starseed is important for our own happiness. I am doing this program called Starseed Program, which I am going to introduce into English audience. But when all these people who have had this Starseed program in Japan, they are not necessarily spiritual, but they become more open to who they may be. They start to be happier, they start to be more successful, they start to be able to understand what they are attracting, which means they become able to use more opportunities that they are actually attracting already by themselves, but they didn't understand why they are in that situation, but now they do. So once you awaken as a starseed, you feel alive because you can use more of your gift. You can live more of who you really are. And the concept and the identity of who you really are become more authentic and universal and limitless, because you're now limiting yourself to be functioning in this very limited society and limited community of this planet. But we are evolving into something bigger. So it is a really exciting time.
Thank you. You also spoke about where this ascension would be kind of heading to, and you mentioned eventually the entire universe they will reach a point where we all have more of a oneness, and this would maybe like elevate our entire universe to another level multiplied of love and something like that. I don't know if this is a ridiculous question, but are we talking like millions of years, thousands of years, or is it just impossible to say?
No, it's really quick.
Like, for example?
It's happening really fast. Like, I work as a light worker, so I have all these messages, and I observe the universe as well. So I know when things happens. But so it's like prophecies, like in year 2020 this happened, in year 2022 this happens. There are a lot of plans, but those plans, I mean, recently it's slowing down, but until 2022 it just happened much quicker than it's supposed to. So what I hear is, by the time, I mean, before I die, it happens. Because I am born in this lifetime, I will complete this process of evolution of this universe, because that's my mission, and that's the end of my mission. So I think people say within like less than 40 years it happens.
And within less than 40 years?
Within less than 40 years.
It's the possibility of a universe, which is this oneness that you're talking about.
Our reality will change.
Right.
And by the time it changes, our consciousness, our mindset also changes. So whatever we try to define now doesn't make sense anymore at that time. So it's better to focus on what you really want to do in this lifetime rather than trying to imagine what will happen, because we will create. There's no plan. When we create something, we don't even know what we are creating. If we know what we are creating, it's not creation, it's just producing.
Right.
So when we are creating, we have no idea what we are creating. That's when the miraculous creation happens. That's when we go beyond the limitation. So that's where we are going. So even though I have some vision, I have some information like I'm talking about, but you don't have to stick to it. It can be different. And you can make your own version of ascension and proceed to just make your plan happen. Like, it's even if you're just focusing on your individual plan, it works together. That's how it works. The more you focus on your individual unique commitment, we become together, because we are one initially. The more we focus on our uniqueness, the more we connect, like puzzles. Like, the more we become individual, the more we become meaningful for the whole universe. Because thinking about the puzzle, you have to have a unique piece to fit in.
Correct.
But if you're like looking like same with everybody else, you wouldn't be found. You cannot become part of it. So it is very important to just allow yourself to desire whatever you want truly. And some people get really scared about desire, like you go really egoistic and you go really greedy. It doesn't happen.
What happens to this concept of the puzzle, where we're all being unique, and in that way we're able to have something which is truly ours and truly unique, and that all seems to fit together and make one kind of almost like one happy family with everyone. What about the people that don't become their unique piece of puzzle and they're just kind of floating around the same as everyone else? Is there any or will everyone automatically end up going this way anyway?
In a way, at the moment, this world is balancing. So when certain numbers of people awaken, like it's like a chaos theory. Everything starts to happen immediately. Like the influence of numbers of certain awakened people becomes so vibrating so fast, and that vibration will help the other people vibrate the same way. So even those people who are not, it takes a long time for me to do that, start to suddenly resonate with those vibrations of awakened people, and they awaken as well.
Okay.
So I am hoping there's nobody missing out. But some people say that those people who are not wanting to be awakened will be taken in UFO to someone else. But I don't know. I don't.
Is that a guess or just
it's a rumor.
Oh,
and
okay.
Actually, there are such starships already, spaceships already like that. But I think without any exception, we will go together.
Okay.
That's what I.
So you think it's more like it's that thing
hope.
where it's in where it's almost like an infectious unique happiness that we're all generating, that everyone just kind of joins into the party because it's so fun.
Because we are one. We are working together.
Yeah.
Nothing separates us really. It's a fantasy that we are different and separated. At the same time, we are unique and different. But it's everything. So the important point, everything which is true in this universe is always paradoxical. So
I think maybe are some people fearing the idea of oneness because they have this concept of maybe losing oneself?
Oh no, never. Oneness only happens when you accept your uniqueness. Because that's who you are. If you're not identifying who you are, you can't be part of it, right? You're just rejecting oneness when you're trying to be the same, because it's not you. When you become more aware of who you really are with your uniqueness and differences, which is sometimes painful because you wouldn't be understood. It's not possible to be understood. But it's not a bad thing, because we are unique, we are one. If we are not unique, there was no need in the beginning to be separated. Right? If we are the same, there's no need to be separated. We are separated as unique beings. That's the whole point. Okay,
I always had this concept that, I mean, perhaps it's right, but maybe on a higher or different level, that we are, or the Indian concept, I thought that we're all, they always talk about the analogy of we're all raindrops going back to the ocean. And so this concept of we're all at the ocean, we're all one thing.
Each raindrops are different.
But when it enters the ocean, then we're one. And we've lost the raindrop. Or am I talking, or am I asking something that is beyond this ascension?
Whatever is lost is not us. We can't lose ourselves.
Right.
Like, なんだろう。We are separated, but we are one. Like, this is my last life. So when I die, I will like a raindrop, I go into the vast ocean and be part of it. That's the moment I become most unique, but I lose my individuality. But losing individuality doesn't mean losing who you are. It's very difficult concept. But I become more free by becoming one. I become everybody. But by becoming everybody, I live myself fully by becoming one. So that's my goal. So it is different. Like you are separated and you're going into one. When you're going into one after you're being separated, it's completely different thing. It's not the same before you're separated. Because your essence wouldn't be lost. It just become one. So it is really false concept to just think when you become one, you don't exist. You exist as one. You never lose your existence. I think it's very difficult concept. I think in a way, like
there's an Indian concept. I think the word is Mahasamadhi that I've come across in certain talks, and it's the concept of the balloon holds the air, which is us. You pop the balloon, and that's it. Now our air is everybody's air, and there's no longer a sense of self or me. Basically, it's over. There's nothing. So, but what you're saying is that
it's how you define the sense of self. So when you're ready to let go, like the balloon pop, that sense of self you had as a balloon no longer applies to you. So when the balloon pop, you become everyone. That's a new sense of self. Your sense of self will never lost. It's not the individual. You're not separated. You're one. But it doesn't mean you no longer exist.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Right, I can cut this bit, but there's a lot of very good information here. It's really, I feel that was really good. I thought it was really good. There's maybe another question I want to ask. I know it was going back. I can always two questions actually. Shall I just go straight back into it? Okay. Okay. So you said that this planet is the driving force behind the ascension because we are, all the planets have been born, let's say one after each other. Does that mean that our planet is the youngest planet in the universe? Otherwise,
I don't know about that.
Because otherwise, if there were a younger planet, a newer planet, then that means that would,
No. It's about youngest. It's not about youngest or oldest. It's about this particular planet has a special role. It is possible there are new planets getting born, but they don't have that task of ascension.
Okay. All right. You also mentioned that it sounds like within about 40 years or something, the world will achieve this unity and...
by the way, those new planets, when it's born, I'm sure they will send their star seeds to this planet.
Okay, that's...
it will attract new star seeds from that planet.
But it won't be the basis of the ascension, though. But it won't be the basis of the ascension, considering that...
I'm sure they'll be part of it.
Okay.
Sorry, I tapped on my mic.
It's okay. I go through, I cut out, whatever. It's fine. It's completely fine. You said that maybe in about within about 40 years, our entire universe will have harmonized more and have more oneness and much more love. So this sounds like very much entering into a kind of a perfect, lovely place that the spirit world is? Or have I got that wrong too? Because spirit world to me seems like one harmonious, perfect, loving place. I'm talking about nice spirit world. I'm not talking about bad demonic side.
Spirit world is not the world like this. They don't see each other in the spirit world.
Right.
So we see each other in this world.
Physically.
Yeah, so in the spiritual world, oneness doesn't mean anything. Because there's no, you don't see others. And there's nothing about individuality in the spiritual world. So I think it's I think many people see the spiritual world as a world like we are living in. No, it's not. So.
Okay, I think that's maybe the topic of another talk as well.